All is well for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and if I tell you, he's one of the happiest men possible, having gone ahead to obviously see a story that he's in his early 70s or late 70s, and he feels like he doesn't have many years left to live on the world. He believes that he should be that man that will remember that after Sir Alex Ferguson leaving, he was the man responsible for really getting United back to the lost glory by getting us through the worst post Sir Alex Ferguson era. And guess what? The Premier League is going to hit to approve Sir Jim's 25% minority stake for the club of Manchester United. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? It's the 15th of November. It's not November. This is February. And yesterday was Valentine, and I hope you guys have gone ahead to enjoy your Valentine and hope you never really got disappointed. If at all you got disappointed, let's share it together with you, and I know you will obviously move on. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss certain stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Harry Maguire has gone ahead to come out and obviously hail INEOS coming in through the club of Man United, and I think that's gonna hit obviously mentally affect the players of Manchester United positively and triggering off what they're supposed to, because they know now their new bosses who can come in through and really fire and hire us up. So that is it through coming in through from the man himself, that is Harry Maguire. But let's obviously thank the Lord for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and hope everything is really moving on to your sides. Yesterday night this story was put out and it was signed. Official Premier League confirms Sir Jim Ratcliffe's acquisition of 25% of Man United been approved following the completion of the owners and directors test. The Premier League owners charter has also been signed, so that is going to hit obviously give United a go to see to it that they all go on well with this deal. And obviously the transactions are really pending. That Sir Jim Ratcliffe sees £1.2 billion cross from his account to the account of the Glazers, and then the rest will be history. That document read on the 13th of February, Premier League statement, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's acquisition of 25% of Man United FC and rather investment of $300 million in the club has been approved by the Premier League board following the completion of the owners and directors test, or ADT. The board agreed to the change of the club's ownership structure last week, and this has only been officially ratified by an independent oversight panel. The Premier League's owners charter has also been signed. This is the first acquisition of control to be reviewed and approved by a new independent oversight panel following changes to the process which were agreed by the Premier League in March 2023. The Premier League now awaits confirmation of the transaction completion. So all what is really failing this from happening is simple. It's United getting that done and dusted. That is it. If that gets done and dusted, then this guy will obviously do the needful and obviously own Man United. And I think this has been the most worrying bit of this. But if the Premier League came in through and obviously put in an approval, that meant it was almost 95% done. But I remember yesterday I told you that it's also pending the approval from the FA, and the FA have come out and obviously done something very important today. So the Football Federation, that is the FA, has come out and approved Sir Jim Ratcliffe's United stake. Now, the FA and the Premier League are really different. The FA is the supreme board or the supreme leader of every football tournament in the United Kingdom, but the Premier League is an independent company that runs the Premier League on behalf of the FA. You know, the Premier League is independent. That's why it had to first come from the Premier League, because it wasn't the FA that brought all about what you are seeing, that every person coming in through has to obviously go into that charter to see to it that he's approved. Now, they had to first see to it the Premier League really approves it, because there is what we call the Premier League's owners charter. So if that charter approves you, then the rest is history. And guess what? They've gone ahead and obviously approved him, and a notice has been issued by the Premier League, and it reads that The FA can confirm that the Barclays Women's Super League and Barclays Women's Championship Board have approved the acquisition by Sir Jim Ratcliffe of the Manchester United Football Club in relation to its Man United's women entity. This follows confirmation from the Premier League that the acquisition and further investment of 300 million euros or dollars have been approved by the Premier League board following the completion of the owners and the directors test, or ADT. The FA now awaits confirmation of transaction completion. So if they've gone ahead to really have confirmed that the women's team is really, or the side that runs the Premier League on side of the women is going to hit to approve it, that means tomorrow we are going to get in, all today, a very huge story coming in through from the Premier League itself, confirming that the men's side is really good. And you know why? Teams are not settled, because they know what this means. When you look at the guns that this guy is obviously bringing through the club of Man United, every team is worried, because if United has been always wanting to obviously put up a fight for the top four, sometimes for the trophies, with such a shaky board, how is it gonna be when Man United goes ahead to obviously getting competent people that can really get this going? That is the most important question that everyone will ever want to hear from the board of Man United. So everyone is afraid, people are really afraid of what is going to happen, and it's really normal to see that all that goes on as to plan. But this is Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in through to obviously change lots of things at the club of Man United, and he has shown you that he is a hands-on man, because after getting Jan Cloud and David Brasfold, he acquired one of the best football CEOs in the world, that is Omar Berrada. Worked at Barcelona, worked at Man City, convinced him to bring him at Man United. And then we're now having Dean Ashworth, who is the best director of football in England that the England side has ever gone ahead to produce, pushing to come and join Man United. And trust me, the moment we get a full confirmation coming in from the Premier League that this deal is really agreed and the transaction is made, that is today, Wednesday or Thursday, then we are going to see this happen. And Newcastle are going to lose Dean Ashworth. That is it. They are going to lose him for good to Man United. Now, if you're having one of the best CEOs, and having what we call the best directors of football, and then you bring in the best head of recruitment, then that means Man United is going to be really a pain in every team is us. If you recruit well this summer, back Erik ten Hag, because that team of Erik ten Hag just lacks 5 players. If we can get into central defenders, we get in one midfielder, that is it, that can play as a CDM, and one as a box-to-box. I think we needed 2 midfielders, because I don't trust Scott McTominay, I don't trust Eriksson, meaning that you're left with Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro. So the rest should leave and we get in others. And if at all we get in quality midfielders and you give quality to Erik ten Hag, get in another striker to obviously come through and compete with Rasmus Højlund, I think those 5 players will be enough to obviously put us into a title contention next season. And that's why I've always gone ahead to let you know that when I say clip it, please clip it. Man United are going to be Premier League contenders next season, and it might be the season that Man United is going to win the Premier League, because competent players are going to be brought in, deadwood players are going to be really thrown out of the door, and we are going to remain with what we call the cream de la cream, and we're going to be having people at the top who know what to do and can obviously decide on which style of football we're going to play at the club of Manchester United. So that is it coming in through from the Premier League approving Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That is good news, meaning that by the end of this month, I know Dean Ashworth will be in, Omar Berrada already secured, and then the head of recruitment will come in later, and it might be Paul Mitchell. So if you're having those 3 people ahead of Erik ten Hag, no way we are not going to win trophies, because we are going to compete in the Champions League very well. We are going to come out and really put in loads of performances, and people will get to know that all what we've been talking about, that the board has been the problem, not the managers, will obviously come to really the limelight. You know, some people just need to see things happen, and that's when they obviously go ahead and obviously get us the best that we deserve. Then Harry Maguire has gone ahead and really talked about INEOS and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's arrival. I said INEOS has arrived, Sir Jim, and I'm sure he'll have a positive effect on this club. As a player, I want this club to be successful. I'm sure he'll perform an important role in helping this club get back to where it needs to be. Obviously, that's what I've been talking about, that all what we needed is what this guy is fixing. You know, the excitement all over the club is all about what this Sir Jim Ratcliffe guy and his INEOS recruits have gone ahead to obviously put into the right order. And it's obviously surprising that when we thought that it's gonna be Omar Berrada to come in through and obviously do the needful, it wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. Omar Berrada, he was called Jean-Claude, you know, CEO at Juventus, CEO at everywhere. He came in through and obviously said no, and said we should get in a different CEO altogether, and a different CEO was gotten in at the club of Manchester United. So it shows you how these people have gone ahead to really understand how clubs really happen. And Sir Jim has a plan with INEOS to see to it that they own multiple teams in different leagues. So that is it through. So Harry Maguire feels that they are gonna really take them to where they deserve to be, and they've gone ahead to give them the best they deserve as a team. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share. For totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Your thoughts onto the Premier League approving Sir Jim Ratcliffe's takeover, and now we wait to the FA approving. It's the FA that are going to approve Sir Jim Ratcliffe's 25% minority stake in Man United. What do you make about it? And do you think Harry Maguire really went ahead to speak the best of the best on as far as the arrival of Sir Jim and INEOS are concerned? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David is my name. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. We out.